So let's talk about sexual intercourse. In the Bible, we see how Adam knew his wife, Abraham knew his wife, and she conceived. We see how couples come together. And the Bible uses a specific word, know, to know. He knew his wife, to know, they know each other. And when the Bible uses this specific word in Hebrew, means yada. And yada means unique, intimate, exclusive covenant that is being made or is being strengthened when a couple come together to know each other. They come together through sexual intercourse. And this word is also being used by God. When the Bible says how in Jeremiah chapter 1, how it says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. And this is very powerful, because when God says that he knew us before he formed us in our mother's wombs, that means that he had already made a unique, an exclusive, an intimate covenant with us. It is something that is very deep and something that is very unique and exclusive just between us and God. So let's go so in the spiritual realm, evil darkness, right? When they make a covenant, they seal it with sexual intercourse. That is how they seal it. Or they constantly make it stronger through sexual intercourse. When a family member renews the covenant, or when a family member forms or seals the covenant through incest, understand that this thing will be, this kind of perverted sexual immorality will be found in the bloodline. A pattern of incest now will begin to occur from generation to generation. You begin to find people, you begin to find family members committing acts that they cannot even verbalize, and you wonder why has it been happening? Why does it happen? It's because a family member already sealed the covenant through incest. And that is why it is active today in the bloodline. When the family members seal the covenant through homosexuality, you will find in your family people are struggling with homosexuality. When the enemy, your family members seal the covenant through pedophilia, you will find people in your family members struggling with pedophilia, attraction towards children, because it is in the bloodline. If you're struggling with bestiality, understand in your bloodline, this thing exists in your bloodline. And bestiality is basically having any form of sexual intercourse with an animal. So this thing is perverse. Remember, the more perverse the sexual sin, the stronger the covenant, and the stronger the bondage, and the greater the curses, right? Or the deeper the curses. So these things are very, very important for you to notice. Notice in your family. Notice the kind of pattern that is found in your family. When you are noticing some struggles, do not think that it is normal. You have to be able to deal with it. You have to be able to fight through it. There are people who are struggling with bestiality, or you watch things online, form of a pornographic material that has bestiality in it. And you are suffering, you are struggling, you want to quit, you want to stop, but you cannot do it. You have no idea that this particular sin is actually in your bloodline. That is why it has such a strong hold on you. And so you have to be able to see it, open your eyes and see it, and then fight through it. Go to war with it, separate yourself from it, because this is the thing that is going to keep you in bondage. And it's going to keep you in captivity. It will mess around everything you touch. It will crumble. You will struggle with everything. You will not go. You will never thrive. You will never have a peaceful life as long as you are going through this. Others are struggling through infidelity, adultery. They cannot be sustained or content with one woman. There's a force that is pushing them to go and commit adultery. Others is fornication, and for the singles and the unmarried people, they're going through weird forms of fornication where they are sleeping around with 4 or 5 people on the same day. This is not normal, and they call it one night stand, they call it whatsoever thing. This is not normal. This is a bondage. There's a force behind it. There's an evil force behind it, and you have to be able to fight. And sometimes you may want to may want to stop this. You may want to not do this, but because of the force, it puts you down. You have to be able to go to Christ. And the people who are struggling through prostitution, because it is in the bloodline, you feel like you have to be able to sell yourself. You sell your body so that you can get money. You can take yourself through school. You can pay for rent. You can pay for school. You can do whatever. But this form, what you are doing is actually keeping you in more bondage. There are people who they're struggling through masturbation, where they find themselves they touch themselves, they don't know why. There's a force that keeps doing that. It puts them in addiction. And when the enemy has legal rights in your bloodline, you will notice it through addiction. Addiction literally goes from one generation to the next. It finds you also, you're going through the same type of addiction that your father did, that your grandfather did. Understand, this is not normal. You need to fight this.